Yo, what up, kings and queens? It's your favorite couple again, man, Norris and Kenya, and we want to welcome you to another edition of the Nubian Navigation podcast.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Man, hey, man, before we get started, we just want to say thank you, man. Thank you for all the love and support on the podcast, man.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We greatly appreciate it. We greatly appreciate it. Y'all keep it coming, and we're going to keep bringing that fire. We're going to keep bringing it, man. So to get started, man, on this episode in particular, we're going to talk a little bit about family struggles. I know a lot of us can relate with that, man. So yeah, that's what we hitting on today. We hitting on family struggles.
So a lot of us have family struggles, but in this particular episode, we're going to talk about blended families. Because there are so many blended families. Statistics shows that 50% of Americans are living in a blended family.
That's half.
Yes, half of us.
That's half.
It's like, what is a blended family? Well, a blended family is when the two adults come into a relationship with previous children from another relationship.
Yep.
Well, guess what? We're a blended family.
We blended all day.
I came into this relationship with a daughter from a previous relationship. My husband came in with a son from a previous marriage. Then we got together. We had 3 more beautiful children. And so we have a total of 5 children.
5 knuckleheads.
Yes.
5.
And we don't do stepchildren.
No.
Those are our children. Although I did not birth him, he is definitely my son.
That's right. And she is definitely my daughter. You know, and I speak highly on that because I'm real big on not saying step. You know, especially because I do more than enough to not be considered a step, and I don't consider her a step. You know, if I feed her, if I clothe her, if I make sure she's safe, make sure she's smiling, make sure she's happy, and I do it on a consistent basis, day in and day out, and that's mine, man.
Right. They say any man can make a child, but only a real man can help raise one.
That's right.
And this is a real man right here.
Hey, baby.
All mine.
All day. All day. So one of the biggest questions we received, man, was how do you make a blended family work? Like, how do you do that? Like, how do you get that to going in the right direction? Now, you know, for us, you know, our son lives about 8 hours away, you know, and traveling initially was an obstacle that used to bring our family closer, you know. So, and if anybody travels with children, you know, an 8-hour travel trip can turn into a 10 to 12 hour
Maybe even 14.
Maybe 14.
I gotta pee. I'm hungry.
All kind of excuses, you name it, man. So we've dealt with it all, man. But you know, we realize that our family loves to travel, you know, and our kids love seeing the world. So we use that time to go see our son as a vacation. You know, we don't look at it as a burden. You know, in the beginning, again, you know, it was tough. You know, I gotta admit it was tough. You know, the expense part of it, for the most part, was tough. But we learned to, you know, manage that expense and use it as a vacation opportunity for the family.
Right. And so with blended families, a lot of people complain about sibling rivalry. Mm-hmm. And we don't have that problem. Nah. Our kids really do love each other. They, you know, embrace each other. I don't think they see each other as steps either. They know, like, that's my brother, that's my sister. We love each other. We look out for each other. And so we raise them as such. And one thing I think is funny is, you know, we know all children need love. There are some love bunnies. Mm-hmm. And, you know, Nora used to say he got with me because he felt like I had enough love to give him. And I thought that was interesting. You remember telling me that?
I do. I definitely remember telling you that. And I still believe it to this day. You know, she's a very loving person. And yeah, I definitely think that she has more than enough love to give, not only to, you know, her kids, but other kids in general. You know, so yeah, she's big on that, and I love her for it.
Right. So I make sure that I spend time with each child, give love to each child. Don't treat anybody any differently. And so that everybody can feel the love. There's no need for rivalry. We all love each other.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that, you know, which kind of brings us to our next question. You know, what is the biggest struggle of having a blended family? And I think, you know, for our family in particular, you know, it was communication. You know, communication is important. You know, this is an area where, you know, we still kind of struggle because the other party doesn't, you know, want to or is willing to keep the lines of communication open. You know, even if it is for the benefit of the child, you know. So that's always been a challenge, you know, and it still is to this day.
Can we just be real?
Let's be real, man.
The problem, the biggest struggle, is the baby mama. Let's just be for real. Baby mama drama. Boy, do we have it. Yeah, so when we're talking about communication, I mean, that helps us keep our relationship together. But the baby mama drama, you know, is what tears us apart. So what I mean by that is I've had to say many of a time, your baby mama do not run my house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she don't tell me what to do. She don't tell you what to do. I tell you what to do. I don't really tell them what to do, but you know what I mean. She not about to tell you what to do, when, how, where, and how to do this crap. So, you know, the baby mama drama is our thing. And we don't have baby daddy drama because we don't got no baby daddy.
Nah, but in all honesty, you know, it can go either way, you know, baby mama drama or baby daddy drama.
Yeah,
you know?
It definitely can. I'm sure, you know, people out there got baby daddy drama.
Absolutely. You know, the issues are similar, you know, and because there was no focus on the child, but more on feelings.
Yeah.
You know, and another thing.
Say, stick to the facts. Fuck the feelings.
Stick to the facts. Facts of life. You know, and another one of the other issues that, you know, we've discovered in our family, you know, as it pertains to blended family is, you know, like court. Just having to go to court.
Custody,
child support. You know, expenses, money.
Remember, it's not close. It's 8 hours away for us.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So that sort of thing costs money. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, you know, that kind of puts a burden on the relationship. It puts a burden on household expenses. And it can be a challenge. You know, it can be a challenge. And not only in our family, but in other blended families. I'm pretty sure that 50% that my wife spoke about in the statistics, I'm pretty sure that they feel that as well, you know, when it comes to court, money, and even counseling, you know, for that matter.
So speaking of counseling, another question was, you know, how have you tackled this issue?
See, us in particular, well, I can only speak for my family. You know, like I mentioned earlier, we see it as a vacation, man. You know, it was like I mentioned, it was difficult in the beginning, you know, because it take a lot of your time. You know, we on the road. You know, we spending this money in gas, rental cars, or airplanes, or whatever the case may be. But now, you know, our mentality has changed. You know, our mindset has changed. Now we see it as a family vacation, you know, and now it's not a burden or a chore. You know, it's something that definitely kept our family together. And, yeah, it's just been a great
Right. So they say that you don't have a problem. The problem is your attitude about the problem.
Absolutely.
So changing that mindset really changed the lifestyle. And so, you know, it wasn't a choice. It was an obligation. It's like what we have to do. We do what we have to do, like for the benefit of the child, or the children, should I say. And so, you know, we wanted our family to be strong. We did have a lot of support from our families. You know, my family, his family, they always call, see how things are going, you know, checking on, making sure we all right after dealing with court, or making sure we all right, making it safe to our destinations. And so that helped us. We knew that we had to be strong together, right, so that we could stay together.
Exactly.
It's showing that with blended families, or you know, 60 to 70% of marriages involving children from previous marriages are failing. That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
You know, I mean, people aren't staying together, period, because a normal marriage is failing 35%. But basically, that's double. You're double likely not to succeed. And we don't want that.
No, we don't want that.
We're trying to stay together forever, like Al Green said.
I'm trying to tell you. So, yeah, and like we mentioned, you know, the family support, you know, the staying together, and the mindset. I think that's. I'm just gonna go back to the mindset. I think that's humongous, man. The mindset has to be different. You know, I'm big on my kids knowing each other. I'm big on my kids having a close-knit relationship. You know, I have a close relationship with my brothers. And so does my wife and most of her family, you know, and I really wanted my son to have a close relationship with his extended family or with his father's family.
And I think the beautiful thing is that, like, my family in particular, nobody had a difficult time embracing Logan as part of the family. But, you know, our ultimate goal for our blended family is harmony.
And for me, you know, that's cohesiveness and open communication. I think that's important in making any blended family work, man. Communication is so important, man. It's so vital because I personally want to get to a point to where, you know, we got unlimited access to each other. You know, he can call me whenever, I can call him whenever. We can just communicate however, whenever, wherever, at any time. You know, I want him to be able to reach me, and I'll be able to reach him. And I think that's most families. I think that's most blended families. You know, they want that normality to be there, you know, with the son, the daughter, and on the other side of town.
Right. You know, as they say, can we all just get along?
Can we all just get along?
That's all I want is, like you said, the open communication, for us to do whatever we need to do for our children to grow, succeed, and be successful the way that they should.
But to be honest with you, you know, the only way that's going to happen is that relationship between the two individuals, the mom and the dad, and the mom and the stepdad, so what have you, like that relationship has to be there. Those communication lines have got to be open. And even, you know, on the other side where it's the new dad and the mom, they still have to have that togetherness. Like, our relationship has gotten a lot stronger in this particular area because we knew that we needed each other in order to get through this. We knew we needed each other to be able to fight this thing the way and to get it to where we want it to be. You know?
Right. I loved your mentality, you know, when you're the co-parent of your previous relationship remarried, and you said, you know, I'm not upset about that. I'm just glad that he has, you know, positive role models in his life, or just basically you were saying that the more men, the better, you know.
Yeah, it take a village, man, and it definitely take men to raise men. Mm-hmm. You know, and I'll take it either way it go. You know, I'll take it if my son had a coach that he admired, and he wanted to spend a lot of time with. You know, I'm cool with that. Just because I understand that the lack thereof can result in something way different, way negative. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely believe in the more the merrier. You know, I'm definitely high on it takes a village. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to take one dad, all women. You know, it can be, you know, a coach, like I mentioned, a coach, a counselor, or what have you, man, a close friend or what have you, man. But it takes more than what you have to get your family to where it need to be, especially when it comes to boys in particular, man.
And I know for me, there's been numerous nights where I've literally prayed for my baby mama so much. I'm praying for her heart. I'm praying that, you know, her mind. I'm praying for her sanity. I'm praying for her peace. I'm really trying to do whatever I need to do to make my family work. And so will you. You'll do whatever it takes to make your family work.
Absolutely, man, because I'm all about this union over here, man. I'm definitely all about, me and my wife and what we got going on, especially because she was so willing to be the mother that she should be to my son, just as well as I was willing to be the father that I needed to be to her daughter, so and that's kind of how we made our blended family work, and that's kind of the goal we want for our blended family moving forward. We definitely wanted them to be together. We want everybody to know everybody. We want everybody to be comfortable, and we see the benefit of that, and that's definitely our ultimate goal.
Right. And what works in our house doesn't mean it'll work in your house, but it's definitely a new perspective to maybe take on if you're dealing with some of these blended family struggles.
Absolutely.
We hope that you've gotten something out of this, and we're so thankful again for you tuning in.
So with that being said, we're going to wrap this edition up of the Nubian Navigation Podcast. So if you guys have questions and topics that you want to hear us discuss, please hit us up at nubiannavigations@gmail.com. And remember, Black Love Matters.
Black Love Matters.